Hey, what's up everybody? It's Victor over here at the fish room. Welcome back to another Tankful Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving. Go Redskins. They're playing right now. Oh my god. Yeah. So today I'm going to go over some specific details of Boeseman Rainbow and Discus and probably just those two fish, and then next week I'm going to cover a few different fish that are in my fish room, so stay tuned. So I have a mixture of Discus. I have 5 wild Discus, 2 F1 Discus capture bred, and then 2 other ones that are like just way deep strain capture bred. Like these guys, these blue ones. I don't think you'll ever see these in the wild. Like this blue one, look at him. This is a very, line bred fish to get these colors out of this little guy. Here's one of my wild ones. This one is the F1 from a wild type. See how beautiful he is. Here's the other one. These are 2 big Discus I have. Wow, that one there's almost the size of a dinner plate. Small dinner plate. So these guys, I just did a water change on the tank. You can kind of see how they're all acting a little bit better. No one's really hiding right now. Alright, so Discus are very sensitive to nitrates. That's why you have to do a lot of water changes with Discus. If you don't, they start getting stressed. You see how this one in the back is darker? They start picking on each other. They'll stop eating. If you have healthy Discus, their fins, everything will be, completely fine, like this blue one. If they start getting picked on, if you start seeing aggression like that, they'll actually bully each other to the point where the other ones won't eat. So you have to really watch these fish. It is a lot easier to keep Discus in the tank that's bare bottom, because it's easier to keep it clean. As you can see, I just did a water change. There's a bunch of stuff on the ground, and I got like dead plants, got a little bit of mold in there. But the fish love clean water. As soon as it gets dirty, they you can tell they hate it. It's crazy. I have one of them who's been really bullied over here. You can kind of barely tell because he's so dark. He's back there, you see him? Yeah, he's the 5th wild one. All the other ones are, as you can see, they're out swimming about. I have stepped up my water changes, but I need to maintain that quality now. If you have, if you're reading nitrates and you have tap water that has no nitrates, you should be doing water changes, because these fish are sensitive and extremely freaking beautiful. I mean, look at this. These guys are nuts. They're slow too. Discus move very slow. You want to keep them between 80. You can even go as high as like 86. I keep my Discus at 81 to 82. They seem to be pretty happy. I feel like if I'm going to breed them, I'm going to put the tank a little bit hotter. I've noticed that their colors come out differently and in different temperatures. And these guys like soft water, really soft water. pH of about, I keep these guys in not really soft water, and my pH is 7.4. They like a much lower pH, which is crazy, and I have them breeding regularly. I need to separate a few of them. So it depends on what kind of Discus you have. It depends on if they're used to a specific type of tap water, and it depends on what you have. where you get your discus. Like the wild discus I got, they're doing pretty good. As soon as I up my water changes, they've been eating again. I just gotta get that other one in the back to start eating up there. I might have to quarantine him if he doesn't come back out in the next couple days. But these are pretty much all these guys. They're all out here because they want food. Like, hey, feed me. We're still hungry. Look, he's bullying them. There he goes. You guys can get a better look at him. Do you see how his color is different? He's darker. Yeah. It's a they're very social. I would not keep less than I would have either a pair of discus, so a mated pair, or no less than 8. I would rather have more discus in this tank. They're very social. I mean, they're gonna bully each other, so you need stuff to get their attention. So I feel like having the electric blue cars in there also help for that reason. Discus, they're not hard to keep if you know what you're doing. Just research, read, do water changes. If you have a problem, quarantine a fish. If like, let's say, remember, if you guys have watched a few of my videos, this is my bully discus. I used to bully everybody in the tank. I isolated him once, didn't work. I isolated him twice, didn't work. Kept on doing it, and then I held him in a isolation community tank. That was this 150 gallon over here when it had the cars in there. And what happened was he chilled out. That fish got bigger, so now when he tries to bully her, he can't do it. She's like, yo, I'm bigger now, you can't bully me. And he kind of got I think his growth got a little bit stunted. You can see by the way his fins are, while hers, he was bigger when I got him. See how her fins are rounder? Because I kept her in a different grow out tank. So this tank is my new grow out tank, and obviously I have a slight problem with that discus there, but I'll update you guys and let you know. As long as the water quality is good. If it doesn't work, he's gonna go in here into the 125. If and when I decide to do that, then I'll move the paradise fish into the 150 gallon over here with the rainbows. And then at that point I'll get rid of whatever other fish in there. This would just be like a discus, quarantine growing out tank, and then I might section it off and have my breeding pair on one of the sides in there. So let me know what you guys think of that idea. Let me know what you guys think of everything. It's going pretty well so far though. The tank is looking better. I just need to add more plants. So healthy Boeseman Rainbowfish will display these kinds of colors: blue, distinct orange. You can see mine are not fully grown yet. That one female right there, she's pretty much fully grown. It's about 4 inches long. There's a few males that are still getting there, but you can also see the babies. They're pretty small. But in these healthy fish, they're going to display these colors. You can see that the alpha male over here, where is he? There he is. He displays even like a tinge of green on his forehead. You can see them playing over here. They've actually laid eggs. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. In here, right there. Inside the Vallicinarius. And this is pretty much their natural breeding environment. Sorry for the algae here, but there's these kind of sponge mop areas. Once those eggs are hatched, they get eaten. So if you want to breed rainbows, you have to pull them. It's a requirement of breeding these fish in a closed environment, if you're thinking of doing that at all in any way. So yeah, I mean, they change drastically when they're breeding. A lot of their darker colors come out. This is a little bit later in the day. They were a lot more active earlier, but yeah, you can can see that when they breed, especially the males, wait till he comes back out, get really bright on the top of their head, while the other ones who aren't as bright, you know. It's interesting. These fish get about 4 inches. I wouldn't keep them, personally, I wouldn't keep them in anything smaller than 55. Maybe a 40-gallon breeder. Yeah, I guess a 40-gallon breeder is alright. But I wouldn't keep less than 8 of them. They are very social fish, very active, and they like swimming in groups. I have a lot of them in 150-gallon, and I'm trying to add more. A few more, not too many. I don't want to crowd the tank too much. I might add a different species of fish in here as well, but these fish are great for, you know, they need display tank. They are great community fish, great dither fish. Zoom in on these guys. Look at the color on his forehead though. He's all about it. They're laying and stuff in there. I just hope they would lay eggs higher so I don't have to clip the plant so well. You know, but it's whatever. Go up higher, guys. Feel safer up there. The Boeseman rainbow is also an omnivore, so you can feed it. These guys, honestly, they love woodworms. They love it. They go crazy over it. But I feed them personally a different mix. I'm currently feeding them this stuff right here. It's the Super Grow Plus by Aquafarm, and it's got protein, it's got fat, fiber, moisture, a little bit of fat, not too much fat, you know. So they love it. It's small grains that floats, and then you just go right to the top. They've been actually coloring up more since I've started feeding them this stuff, so I really like. I'm gonna continue feeding them, see how much they grow. And the little babies here have also benefited. They have almost started eating the same food, but yeah. At about this size, they won't get eaten, but anything smaller than this, if you put it, you know, if you mix them up, they'll get eaten. So all but 2 of these I got from farm raised in Thailand. Mail ordered them. I mean, they are absolutely great. The other ones I traded. It was one of the big males and the big female. I traded a club member, and he gave me those. Thanks, Mason. Also, these guys, you want to keep them between 72, 77 Fahrenheit. Personally, I keep my tank at about 78, and 78.3, 78 something, sometimes 77. That's because I find that in these higher temperatures, I've seen more of their color come out. They get more of that little green on top of their head when they're breeding, and I feel like you get a little bit more blue. The color changes varying on, if they're stressed, if they want food, if they're breeding, they're happy, they're not. They're very communicative. They go from pale to light blue to super bright orange to super dark blue to super. It's a crazy array of different shades of these colors. You want to usually keep them in a cage of 9 19, pH of 7 and 8. I like to keep them on the higher 70s, 76, 78, but you can keep them as low as 72. I don't do that, but you can. They'll live. I like warmer waters because of what I've seen from their behavior so far. So the tank isn't very clean, but you can see how big they are in relation to a 150. And these fish are not necessarily small. This one right here is probably almost full grown. This one right here is almost full grown. That female in length right here, she's full grown. She will get thicker though. The males, their main body is a lot taller. They also show more color. That's usually how you can tell the sexual dimorphism is the males have a lot more color than the females. You can see that my one female that you can tell, she doesn't have as much color. I don't know how I have this many colorful rainbow fish. it really is only one female or not, because that's crazy that I have this many males if it is all males. But yeah, I mean, I love these fish. The color, the temperament, the behavior. They eat like piranhas. If I put in bloodworms, they go nuts. Also, their fry when they hatch are tiny. I mean, absolutely microscopic tiny. So that's why they get eaten. They'll swim at the top. Even if you have stuff up there, they'll get eaten real quick because these guys are ferocious. Anything that's swimming above them that's moving, and they're like, oh, food, you know. So yeah. Other than that, I'm trying to grow the little guys out, fill this school out a little bit more, breed them. I need to pull the eggs that I showed you guys that are in there. I need to get in there and pull that. Put it in. The fish room is crazy right now. I don't even have anywhere to put them, so I need to figure that out. So I'm trying to breed these guys, grow the ones I have out more. And then we'll see. Once I have enough, I'll let you guys know. Yeah. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and have a good Thanksgiving. Go Redskins! See you guys.